My name is Mike. I live in Richmond, and I like to have a good time. So I have a fairly extensive experience with psychedelics. I enjoy consuming with other people, maybe some first-time users, people who haven't been there before, to try to offer a safe space for something that might be experimental to them, just because I've had such an extraordinary experience in many ways with these things that I like to share what I enjoy with other people. I got to be in the right state of mind. Things need to connect in my busy lifestyle to be able to provide that experience with the right nurturing that it requires. Meaning, I can't just go after work, go and consume edibles thinking I'm going to have a positive experience knowing that I've got stuff to do the next day. I got to make sure that my I's are dotted and my T's are crossed before I can enter into that world, because I know how exotic and wonderful that it can be. So I got to provide myself with that space. So I don't do it as much as what I would like to, but I would say once every 2 to 3 months, I will dabble into that realm of psychedelics. I would say the only substance that I've used would be psilocybin mushrooms. I consumed some psychedelics with friends. I was all done my school, my education. It was a Friday night, and I thought that I figured out life. I really did. I went home and I put pen to paper and I wrote down every single thing that came to my mind. I had this realization, I guess that is the lesson, that I was in control of my life. I think I got distracted by all of these outside forces of go to school, get a job, trying to tell me how to live a successful lifestyle. And after consuming psychedelics, I saw life in a completely different light, that I was absolutely in control of every single situation, every decision I was in complete control of. And so I felt this as like my destiny to be able to go and write this down, because there was a chance that I wasn't going to remember it the next day. So as a result, I talked about life with my family members, life with packing your bags and moving on to somewhere else if you're unhappy with it. Life of if you're unhappy with your job, you have the ability to go and change it. And I think that I'd always felt the struggle of not being able to change things if you're unhappy. And so psychedelics allowed me to see that there were other options. So I think the biggest life lesson for me was just knowing that I have options in life and that I'm not stuck to any one thing in particular. I would say psychedelics have connected me to this idea that there is more to life than what we're subjected to on a daily basis. Consuming these allows your mind to operate on a different frequency. And when you operate on a different frequency, you can begin to see that we are connected on a much deeper level than what I think that we were told as kids. It opens up this realm of possibilities, and based on where you are in your life and what you're doing, you're ready to receive messages or you're not ready to receive those messages. And depending on what you take from this experience will allow you just this greater awareness, this greater consciousness. I think it's bringing in this alter reality into your consciousness to then also be able to later reflect on it in life. It's not like it's a forgotten thing. It's not like it happens in the dream world and then it's left behind. You're actually able to recollect these thoughts that you've had in a profound way that could forever be life-changing for you, and in most cases for the positive. So I believe psychedelics has helped out my life, my mental health, I should say, in a positive light, in the sense that I've had a positive experience before this so-called renaissance has happened. And so I think I've been able to isolate that it serves a purpose. And when I see big businesses coming into it, I have to wonder what their intentions are. Is this a money thing? Is this because they genuinely want to help out the general public? And I like to believe that these companies have good intentions. But having said that, the end user is going to have their own profound experience with this kind of stuff. And so I believe for me, knowing that it has served me well in my earlier life, to where I am now, I've been set up to have a positive experience every time I choose to consume these. So in terms of my mental health, if I'm lost in thought and I don't really know how to figure out those thoughts, by consuming some psychedelics, it might shed light. It might provide a safe space for me to be able to get through that troubling situation, to be able to see things differently, to be able to understand that there's, again, going back to what I said, other possibilities. It doesn't have to be just one way. And so I think that it's allowed me to maintain a happy lifestyle, knowing that at any point I can go to this place of profound thought in a safe manner without there being any side effects to it. I wake up the next day and I'm left with these thoughts, and I feel like in a more deeper sense of giving me a sense of direction, where I thought maybe this was a door that was going to stand in my way. Now I see that there's a possibility to get through that door, and then I question what comes from that point. So I think it's been able to allow me to maintain a healthy mental stability when things seemingly get complicated and overwhelming. What I love about psychedelics? Well, for one, they're fun. Who doesn't like having fun? I've been a guy who really appreciates the five senses. And I feel like psychedelics titillate all five of your senses. So no matter what adventure you're on, no matter where you choose to do this, whether you choose to be inside, outside of nature, with friends, an isolated experience by yourself, your senses are going to be activated and heightened on a level that isn't quote unquote normal to everyday people. So you're going to hear things differently. You're going to see things differently. You're going to smell things differently. You're going to feel things differently. What am I missing? You're going to everything is going to be different. So your experience that you have is going to make you feel like you're in a different reality that you are in control of. But this sense of heightened awareness comes into play. And when you can look at a tree and appreciate it for more than just the structure that it is, to see this life form and to have this appreciation for this life form, you can get lost in thought with something as simple as a tree. And you can share that with a friend. And so I think it's been a very positive experience for me having these heightened senses throughout the journey of the experience.